Hello everybody and welcome back to Survive with me. In this episode we're going to be looking at creating a basic asteroid base. We've already found one via the encounters here. We're at the hermit station. Look at that view, guys. Look at that. I was walking out of here before. Check this out. That is one hell of a view. What I've done is I've just got a few components from here and I've just filled up the shuttle with a few things. I've decided I'm not going to use this base. Well, I'm going to keep it here just to come back to and get resources. But I appreciate that a lot of people might not have the luxury of finding a base this early on. So we're going to build our own asteroid base. And also, it's a bit out of the way. So if we jump into the ship here, we're going to just quickly create a GPS marker. I'm going to call it Hermit Station. So we can come back here because I am going to steal some of the components from here even though we're not living here, because there's a lot of good stuff. And then I've turned all these on because it's also a bit out of the way of all the ore patches we found. I'm going to head back to space above the Earth base. So 20 kilometers this way. I might take a few more components with me here. Just thinking what we could use. Probably a small cargo container to store all of this in. And then a survival kit would be useful. It's a very risky thing to do this, but I'm going to take the survival kit from here. Because now we don't have a space respawn, but yeah. The alternative is going back down to Earth, getting all the components and then coming back up, which you can do quite easily. We've got a shuttle for that, but I'd rather not if I don't absolutely have to. And I'll take a solar panel as well. These are all things which, if you haven't found this base, you could do with bringing up from Earth. So all you need really initially is a survival kit, cargo container, solar panel, and then you can pretty much fabricate whatever you want from there. Have we got some storage space in here? Yeah, we do. You can always use the shuttle's cockpit for storage as well if you need to. Ah, this one's bust, isn't it? Ah, damn. Okay. Other than that, maybe some steel plates. They always help. So let's grind away some steel plates here. I don't want to deface this base too much because it's a really nice looking base. But I do want to take some steel plates, so I'll just grind down a few blocks here. But it'd still be walkable. Right, let's head back. So, I'm going to boost us back there now. Quite heavy, because we're obviously full of components, so you need to keep that in mind when you're decelerating. Your braking distance is going to be a lot higher. So again, I recommend not pointing at asteroids, etc. Don't do anything stupid, and just be conscious of the fact that you're going to slow down a lot over a much longer distance now. So I'm going to cut, and then I'll pop back up once we're there. Alright, so we're back at the marker, which is above the base here. There's actually a rust freighter that spawned in. If you get near that thing and attack it and it's an enemy ship, it will drop decoys and it will run. Like, it will hit the gas and it will just fly off. So you've got to have some, you need to basically clamp onto it very quick if you're going to approach that ship. Unless they've changed it, but that's how it used to be. I've turned on all the GPS markers here. So I'm just going to have a think now where I want to build an asteroid platform. We want to ideally be quite central, close to iron. Let's turn all this off. That doesn't matter, that doesn't matter. Oh, obviously that matters. That doesn't matter. Yeah, obviously quite close to iron is the main one, but we also want ice. We've got iron. Okay, we've got iron down there. Iron over there. And that's quite close to the ice. Now, do we want to build on the ice asteroid or the iron asteroid? Oh, that is a good question, you know. I think we build on the iron asteroid. Simply because we're going to require iron a lot more often than we're going to require ice at the moment, while we're getting the base constructed. Obviously we need ice to breathe and fuel our ships, but it's not... It's close enough that we can fly there with a jetpack if we absolutely have to get ice to fuel the ship. We're still at 100%, and I've only refueled this thing once. In fact, we've still got ice, so... and a good amount of it too. I'm just going to adjust my vector here. Heed my own words. And then we're going to fly over to this asteroid. We're going to put down a couple of solar panels, a survival kit and a cargo container. And then that will be a basic platform. And from there you can actually just build out in space, or you can head down to the surface and, yeah, collect some more components and ferry them back up. It's entirely up to you. Obviously you've got advanced production systems on the surface. Provided you've got a steady flow of hydrogen in both space and Earth, you should have no problem going back and forth. In fact, with this shuttle you could probably do 2 or 3 runs without refueling it at all. Yeah, the things are deceptively far away in space. And then we'll turn off everything apart from that H2O. We don't even need that, to be honest with you. I know it's that one. Now we just need to think about whereabouts we want to put this. If you want a PvP server, or you've got like drone mods on where they're going to be coming at you, you probably want to build like within the asteroid. Whereas if you just build in like I am, just in a sort of casual vanilla world, you could probably build like flat, like a surface. But it's always good to have a separate section coming off the asteroid so that you can dock larger ships when you have them. So I'm thinking, like, I want a decent view of the planet as well, so we can get a laser antenna to connect to the base eventually. I'm thinking, like, here. I think this will be a good spot. Let's build a platform. Where's the iron? Okay, just down there. Cool. We could actually build it on the iron ore and then, like, hollow it out, but... see if there's any interesting shapes that I want to... Actually, that could be cool, like a little cavern. Kind of want to build in a little cave area, like the hermit station. Not that one there though, because once we mine the iron it will deform slightly. This one's quite nice. The only thing is, if you're going to build in like a little cave like this, you're not going to have as good sun coverage, which is something to keep in mind. We're going to have very little sun coverage only when it's here. So solar panels are going to be massively... well, how useful they are is going to be massively reduced, basically. But I don't care. I think this will be a cool place to build. Let's get some steel plates out. Right, let's start placing some blocks. So this is going to be our base. Yep, that'll do. And we can get a large ship in here just about. That should be fine. So initially, all I'm going to do is build very much like we did on Earth, but a bit bigger, just a platform, just to give us enough space to work with here. Like so. We'll obviously get into planning and looks and all that later, but for now we want a place where we can respawn that's powered in space. In fact, I might even come out a little bit further. I've got plenty of steel plates here. And then get a survival kit. And this will be like a little work area. So we want the base, we want the door to be around here. Or we could even put it in this little cove over here. It entirely depends on what we want to do. I don't think I want to go into the wall though for now. Yeah, I think I'll have the base like here. And this will be the work area. So survival kit, We want a cargo container, which we need interior plates for. Let's bring the Rincodon down here. Grab some interior plates. Got a decent amount. And then we're going to need a battery, which we haven't actually got the components for. We'll need nickel, but I'm just going to go back down to the planet and back down to Earth, sorry, and grab some. And then the solar panels, we might have to put over there because I don't actually know if this place will get any sun at all. Or we could lead some blocks. It'd take a lot of them, but we could lead them up there, pop them up top. I don't know what that's going to look like yet. So for now, I'm going to make everyone cry and do a solar panel here. Obviously we can be a bit more discreet about it eventually, but for now it doesn't matter too much as long as the grids are connected up, just so we can get that survival kit powered, and now we can respawn in space until there's no light on that. Did I have another I've got 2 solar panels queued up. That's weird. There we go. And then let's name it. Go to spawn name. Space base. No. Asteroid base alpha. Cool. There you go, that's a pretty simple asteroid base. Fully functional there, look, you can recharge your energy. We've got a cargo container where we're going to put all these components so that we don't need to use as much fuel to get back down to the planet. There's no point taking all these components down there when we've got full production facilities on the surface. First thing we're going to want to do is establish refining, assembling and mining capabilities up here, so that's what we're going to focus on first. I'm going to now head back down to the surface. Earth base. Right there, look at that, perfect. Make sure we create a GPS marker. Asteroid base alpha. And let's head back down to the surface. So now we're a bit more stable. We've got a respawn location in space. As mentioned, if you didn't get lucky and find a station or some other encounter, all you need to do is create the components for a survival kit, battery, cargo container and a solar panel. Bring a few extra steel plates, and that's the minimum you need just to get that platform started. And then you can respawn there just in case. The survival kit you can actually use to produce a basic assembler, basic refinery, and then work your way up like you did with the Earth base. But as also mentioned, if you've got a shuttle like I have, and you've got comfortable hydrogen production, you can actually just produce the components on the surface and then bring them up to space, and it's really not the end of the world. It's just going to take a little bit of time. But what I'm thinking of doing is getting a refinery and an assembler there, as well as power, and then producing a little mining ship which we can use to gather our own ores in space, so we don't have to spend time going back and forth, because it does take a little while, to be fair. I'm going to cut until we're a little bit closer here. We're just entering the atmosphere, but we obviously got to go about 40 kilometers yet. All I'm going to do is turn off my hydrogen thrusters, and then we're just going to literally cannonball down into the atmosphere. Our atmospheric thrusters are on. As soon as they've got enough lift, they'll kick in. Enough air, sorry, they'll kick in. and hopefully we'll slow down in time. If not, I've got my trusty parachute to hand, but I don't think we're going to need that. I might use it anyway just to demonstrate, but yeah, so I'll be back in a sec. Alright, so we're getting a little bit closer to the base here. We can actually see the ice lake over there. It's a good point, actually. I'm just going to have a little look around real quick. Oh, there's another lake over there, but it's not any closer. Yeah, I'm just scouting the terrain while we're up here. You can actually see all of the ore patches. You see all those white dots across the surface? Those are all ore patches. Now, I'm going to point towards the horizon like that, and we're just going to belly flop into the atmosphere here. My atmospheric thrusters are on. You can see when I'm pressing space, they are actually firing very gently, but I'm not being slowed down just yet. So we're not perfectly on top of the base, but that's absolutely fine. We don't have to be. We can, and we have got plenty of fuel here, so we can travel if we have to. We're about to hit 1G, and our thrusters should start kicking in very soon. I'm going to turn our dampeners on. As you can see, the thrusters have got a little bit of a plume now, and we're slowing down. And once we get into the thicker parts of the atmosphere, we should slow down completely. We're still not, I don't think we're quite there yet. Those plumes aren't as big as they normally are. I'm just going to turn dampeners off for a second, because we could pretty much come to a complete stop at that altitude. There we go. Yeah. Lovely. I'll also demonstrate the parachute real quick. So if we grab the parachute, auto deploy, we'll put it at 818 meters. Auto deploy on. Let's drop. Here we go. And there's the parachute. And it slowed us down to about 13 meters per second. This is what I was saying about the location of the parachute, where you might want it more central. But as you can see, at this speed, we're not going to damage anything. And yeah. Then, to get rid of it, you can turn on your dampeners. And if you go into the parachute hatch, click closed, and that'll get rid of it. And then it should reload another canvas. Yep. So that used the canvas that. Alright, cool, we're back here. I'm going to fire up my hydros and we're going to fly back to the base. Get up to speed, and then I'm going to turn the hydros off. Just going to use my atmospheric thrusters here, just to cruise back over. And then we're going to get some components for a battery, so that we can make sure that the asteroid base is consistently powered. Now, between this episode and the last episode, we had a little update. We had the signal update, and this could be a very useful feature for the automatic hangar door which we have. So I'm going to show you how to configure that, so that you can actually wirelessly open the hangar door rather than the sensor setup we've got now, which is absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It'll work. But being able to control it wirelessly would be better. Oh, don't know what's going on here. Why is my ship pitching? Don't know, my ship's behaving a bit weird. Right, so it should open. Yep. Oh. There we go. Oh yeah, we put a delay on it, didn't we? Yeah. Alright, I forgot. That's my bad. This is also another reason why wireless will be a bit better, so we don't have to hang here waiting for our doors to open. And there we go. Our maiden voyage is complete, and we have returned. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to get the stuff for a battery and pop it in the shuttle. So I'll just add it to the build planner. But first, if we get an action relay here, we're going to get a large one, and we're also going to get a small grid one. Both grids will need an antenna as well. So I'm going to put a compact antenna onto this base. And I know just where to put it, actually. Today you become a real antenna. Might be an issue. No, it should be fine with the drone. And then the action relay. That doesn't matter where it goes. Is there anywhere we could put this that wouldn't stick out like a sore thumb? We could literally just tuck it down here somewhere, but we'll pop it there. And then the small one on the shuttle here. Where can we put this? We've actually used up all the available blocks. We could put it here. That'll do. And then these radio components are just quite heavy, so you can't really fit them all in your inventory. All in one go. I was taking up all the space. That's the antenna done. That one done. That one done. Now if we go to the relay on the base, we'll just use channel 1. Set up actions, groups, shuttle hangar door will go open closed. And then if we go, I'm just going to get rid of this timer block, turn this off. Get rid of this sensor. Now if we set up on the hotbar, send signal, make sure that it's set to the same channel as the base. If we take off here, press number 1, it will open up the hangar doors. There you go, and then press it again and it will close them. So you can wirelessly control the hangar doors. I'm actually going to back this thing in. So all I'm going to do now is that you just get some battery components, throw them into the shuttle, take them up to the base, and then next episode we'll look at expanding the asteroid base. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment and subscribe to support the channel. And as always, take care, everybody.